Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Robert Tallman. I'm part of the Team Cast King, and a lot of people see me post pictures and talk back and forth about what's going on in our catfishing world. But a whole lot of you don't really know my background. Uh, Basically, I started catfishing back, I guess it's been about 20 years ago, a little over that, and it was actually done by mistake. I was crappie fishing, and I happened to catch catfish on a crappie jig. And I thought, man, that was one heck of a fight. That's got to be one huge crappie I'm catching. But once I got him in, I seen this catfish, and it was a colder part of the month, so this catfish was pure white with pink highlights. I mean, he was a beautiful, beautiful fish. And how a fish so small, which he wasn't too bad. He was about 10, 12 pounds, somewhere around there, could put up such a fight and be so strong that I wanted to learn more about how to go about catching these catfish. And so I tried a little bit more, and well, that just happened to be the only one I caught that day. So when I got home, what I did is I got online and I got looking around and trying to learn a little bit more about how to pursue these catfish, how to go about doing it. And at that time, there really wasn't a whole lot about actually specifically going after just catfish, how to target them. And so the next best thing, I started asking folks. I started getting online, talking to folks. And most of the folks I talked to, it was a weekend pastime for them. It was tie on a worm, tie on a hook and a bobber, sit on the bank and go. And that's not really what I was looking for. I was looking for how to actually go out in my boat and actually target these catfish by themselves and slowly, progressively get into the bigger catfish. Got talking to a few buddies of mine, and we didn't have an Arkansas catfishing club here in Arkansas anywhere about. So what we did is we jumped online and we created this, I guess you can call it a catfish club. It was just three of us sitting around talking and joking and doing whatever, just talking about catfishing and everything. But here it is 17 years later, we got over 1,800 members and learned a ton of stuff. And in the last 10 years, 12 years, maybe 15, catfishing has just exploded. It's just got into a market that, a sport that a lot of people didn't expect. People are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on chasing these catfish now. And it's becoming an actual sport. And that's something that I've always wanted to see and where I can find. Now you can go online and anything you ask about catfishing, you can find. But the best way to really get the full grip of catfishing is you're going to have to get out there. I'm not saying necessarily on a boat. You can sit there on the bank and you catch catfish. Talk to folks. Talk to people. One thing I have learned about catfishing and the people that are involved in catfishing, they're not afraid to tell you their secrets. They're not afraid to tell you how to go about catching a catfish. And to this day, even this morning, I was online talking with a friend of mine, and he was explaining a little bit about some drift fishing, because that's something I hadn't done a whole lot of, and something I'm wanting to get into more is the drift fishing. I do know how to drift fish. It's just I want to know how to do it a little bit better. There's different ways of going about it, and from rigs to setups to how to target them, what kind of areas that you want to drift. You can't just go out on the river and just drop a line and start drifting. It just doesn't work that way. But to go on, we started the catfishing club. It's Arkansas Area Catfish Hunters, and we've got ourselves involved in a lot more things. But the highlight of my catfishing career is when I came on with Cast King. Tom got in touch with me, Coach. He wanted me to come on as a catfish advocate, I guess you could say, with the Cast King brand ambassadors. And, I was thrilled to death. Nobody really believed in me and believed in my work that, I do out there on the river. And Cast King believed in me. They have come out with some fantastic products. the catfishing products are new. You know, they're coming out with some new rods this spring around Memorial. But they got the Rover reels, which I use the Rover 60. That is my go-to reel. I have caught upwards of 49-pound catfish on it. It's my best to date. And it's, you know, I hadn't found a reel that I'm more happy with. I've never had any problems with it. I've been using it for almost 3 years now. And I can't find anything wrong with the reel. You know, it's just an amazingly great made reel. And, you know, it's got up to 20 pounds of drag on it, which I don't use probably 5 to 6 pounds drag on all my reels. Any reels that I use, I don't. You know, it's just kind of overkill. And, but here recently, KastKing got in touch with me again and wanted me to get on their, you know, their pro team for the catfishing. And I was just, you know, I was speechless. I didn't know how to act. You know, I didn't know what to say. You know, I've always read and I watch videos, guys getting on there and they're out there promoting companies that they just love and believe in. And I had the opportunity to, you know, it's not that I went asking them for it. It's just I believe in the products that KastKing has. I love their reels. I love their braided line. The rods, I've got the opportunity. You can see a few behind me. I'm not going to say a whole lot about them, but these are promotional rods I've got behind me, and we're putting them through the test right now. I've caught some fish on them. Caught that 49-pound catfish I was talking about. It came off of one of them rods, and you know, once again, there's just nothing I can say bad about these rods. You know, and they just keep growing. They keep coming out with products. It's just amazing, you know. But you know, I'm not one to knock other reels. I've used almost every name of reels out there. I won't say a bad thing about any of them. Some are good, some are bad. But just use what you believe in, and use what you're comfortable with. There are some higher end reels. I don't feel that they can outdo the KastKing reel. I also got a hold of one of the Sharky reels, and the Sharky 3000 is what I use. Sharky 4000. And I actually caught a pretty good catfish on that. Lost it at the back of the boat by my mistake. I hit my rod holders and cut the line on it, but we won't talk about that one. But that's another reel that I like. It's a spin cast reel. You know, actually, I've got it right here. This little reel right here, it is an amazingly fantastic, strong, little smooth cranking reel. And you know, I can't say nothing bad about it. You know, I love the reel. It's lightweight to hand. It's strong. It could probably, I would say it'd pull in a 40-pound catfish if I wanted him to. And, excuse me. But as I said, you know, I'm going to get out there on the water. I'm taking out there Friday. I'm going to do some soloing. I'm going to get some videos done. And, you know, I'm going to put you out there on the water with me. You know, hopefully we can get on some good catfish. Some days are going to be good, some days not. You know, every day on the water is good, but I hope I can show you some fish, and I'm going to show you how I go about catching my catfish, what has been taught to me. I'll show you my rigging, my equipment that I use, and, you know, we'll see how it goes. And I hope y'all follow me, you know, kind of keep up with what I'm doing. And, you know, if I can teach you anything, you know, don't hesitate to ask me. You know, I may ask you a question. There's things, you know, I'm still learning every day. So we'll see you out there on the water, guys. Be safe and tight lines.